What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another New Comic Book Day Top 10 list. Today I'm going to be going over my Top 10 list for New Comic Book Day, June 8th, 2022. I picked up a total of 10 issues this week. I'm very excited to talk about them with you. I'm going to be going over why I like these books or why I didn't like them, and as always, there's definitely going to be spoilers, but I put a little spoiler tag down below in the corner to give you a heads up that a spoiler is about to happen. But now let's jump right into this Top 10 list. Alright everyone, I hope you all had a fantastic New Comic Book Day and you were able to pick up all of your issues on time. Super quick, before I get started off on this week's Top 10 list, if you're enjoying the content and you want to stay up to date on all of my weekly releases, including my YouTube shorts that I upload daily, go ahead and smash that subscribe button down below. You won't regret it. And now to kick this Top 10 list off first, we've got coming in at number 10. This is Aftershocks, We Live, Age of the Paladins, issue number 3. This is cover A. I'm going to be honest with you, this new volume, it's just not it. The artwork, I truly do think it's fantastic. I love all the colors, and they killed it in the first volume as well. But this story, I don't know if it's just my opinion. I want to talk about it more down below in the comments section, but it just feels like it's all over the place still. It doesn't really have a set plot line as of yet, but I mean, technically, with the 2 issues released for issue number 1, we're 4 issues deep now, and just, I don't know, it's really losing my interest. I don't think I'm going to continue on with this series, but I need to hear your opinions as well. But for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 10 this week. It's Aftershocks, We Live, Age of the Paladins, issue number 3. Next up on my list this week, we've got coming in at number 9. This is Marvel's new miniseries. We've got Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor, issue number 1. This is cover A. I was really looking forward to it, but to be honest, I had really low expectations. I really didn't think it was all going to be that good. And it really wasn't that great in my opinion. The artwork was alright, the story just seemed okay too. I feel like this is a series that was released strictly to get everyone hyped up for the new Thor movie. Everyone's just getting reintroduced to Jane Foster. It's been a few years, unless if you kept up with the Valkyrie stuff, which, to be honest, I haven't really talked to a lot of people who have either. But as of this first issue, it was just okay. It was just kind of setting the plot line as to where everything was going to be going, but they didn't really do that great of a job of it. The one thing that I kind of liked, and at the same time I really didn't like either, is that they actually kept continuity as to what was going on in the main ongoing series done by Donny Cates with Thor, but they also didn't keep true to what was going on with it too. This is definitely going to be a spoiler. They kept up with that Odin is now in Mjolnir, but at the same time, they're not keeping up with where Thor is. I don't know, wasn't a huge fan of that, but for all of those reasons, I'm probably not going to continue on with this series, but we've got Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor, issue number 1, coming in at number 9. Next up on my list this week, we've got coming in at number 8. This is Marvel's Venom, issue number 8. This is cover A. I honestly really like this issue. I thought it was very well done. The pacing was on point. I loved all of the action. Kang the Conqueror made an appearance as well. I mean, you can tell from the front cover. But the one thing that I didn't really like about this issue was the text bubbles. So this is going to be a small spoiler. I felt a little confused as I was reading it, especially in the beginning. As we worked our way to the middle, things became a little bit more clear, but in the beginning, so we've got 3 separate text bubbles basically all following the same character, because Eddie is now in this war symbiote, so he's talking to that character. That's one dialogue box. We have another dialogue box, is the war symbiote talking to him. They're kind of very similar looking to each other, but then there's also a gray one where Eddie's having an internal conversation with himself. So it's one character kind of with 3 different text bubbles, and I don't know, it was a little annoying. Not that bad though, just a personal thing. But overall, I think this series is just okay. Half of it is them trying to get us to enjoy Dylan's side of the story, and I really don't like that at all. But then the other half of it is everything going on behind the scenes with just Eddie Brock and Meridius and all of that. And every time Eddie is the spotlight of an issue, I absolutely love it. So overall, I thought this was a great issue, and going forward, I really wish they would continue on with the Eddie Brock story. Just my opinion though, but for those reasons, we've got Venom, issue number 8, coming in at number 8. Next up on my list this week, we've got coming in at number 7. This is Image's brand new horror anthology series. We've got After School, issue number 1. This is cover A. Overall, I thought this was a very good first issue. I really enjoyed it. The artwork and the story, it was a little bit lighter than a horror series than I was expecting. I was thinking this was going to be a little bit closer to Ice Cream Man, but instead, it kind of reminded me of Basketful of Heads, if you read that from the DC series a couple years ago. So not bad at all, but just not as dark as I was hoping it would be. But overall, I thought this was a great story from start to finish. I thought they did a great job with the pacing, and the overall story was very well done too. So a little bit about it without too many spoilers, just to give you a little idea of it. We've got our main character. She's on the front. She's not really having a good time in school right now. She doesn't really have friends. She's not having a good time fitting in, but she gets this dog, and this dog kind of gives her all of this confidence, but that dog isn't exactly what she thinks it is. This is going to be a spoiler. Turns out that the dog is actually an alien, and so many things happen from there. Like I said, overall, a very cool first issue. I'm excited to see the other stories that they create with this anthology series. I was hoping it would just be a little bit more darker, though, but for those reasons, we've got After School issue number 1 coming in at number 7. Next up, we've got coming in at number 6 this week. This is DC's brand new Black Label series. Yes, I picked up a DC book. We've got Aquaman Andromeda, issue number 1. This is cover A. Brand new Black Label series. I thought to myself, why not? Plus, you DC fans were going to love it too. Overall, I thought it was a very well done issue. My thing was, there wasn't a lot of Aquaman in it. He was in it for a short period of time, but the other story that they were trying to tell, I thought was extremely well done. Ram V always kills it, always does a great job. The artwork was top notch as well, and had a little bit of a mystery to it. I like just everything that they're just trying to tell in this story right now. So this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler. I'm going to get into it just a tad bit. So if you don't want to hear anything about this one, you want to read it for yourself, just jump to number 5 and I'll see you there. So with this first issue, we've got a crew. They're going deep into the sea. Something crashed into the sea. They don't know exactly what it is. And like I said, there's a lot of other stuff that happens from there, but that's kind of just the whole gist of it. Aquaman, he's trying to figure out some things as well, but he doesn't really play a large role in this one just yet. They put the Kraken in it too. I thought there was a lot of cool action, a lot of good storytelling. I like the character development. Overall, great first issue. I'm excited to see where they go with the rest of the story. And like I said before, DC Black Label, Rom V, sign me up for it. But for those reasons, we've got Aquaman Andromeda, issue number 1 coming in at number 6. And now, folks, we are down to our top 5 issues of the week, and if you are enjoying the video so far, be sure to smash that like button down below. We've got coming in at number 5 this week, this is Marvel's The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 3, this is cover A. Now, I'm going to be real with you, I did not like that first issue at all. The artwork, I'm still having a hard time getting past it, but the story in the first one, not very good in my opinion. The second one started off a little weird to me, but I really like how it ended. This issue, I really thought was fantastic. So to me, this series is just getting better and better by the issue. I love everything that they're doing with Tombstone. Action aside, everything that happened between him and Spidey, I love the background story that they did for Tombstone. That really just tied the whole story together. It kind of gave us some of the motives of the reasons why he does the things that he does. And Spidey, a little bit of a spoiler, he's stuck in a bind right now, quite literally, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. Tombstone is really setting up for just a big... Man, he's bringing the heat down on New York right now. I'm pumped for it. But for those reasons, we've got The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 3, coming in at number 5. Now we've got coming in at number 4, this is Marvel's Savage Avengers, issue number 2. This is one of the variant covers. This was an awesome second issue. The first one I kind of just picked up on a whim. It was a little bit lighter of a week. Brand new Savage Avengers series. I thought to myself, why not? I like the just overall setup of the story. This one was a continuation off of that. I really just... overall loved it. The artwork was great, the pacing of it, and it picked up right where the last one left off, and now we have all of our heroes, all of our different Avengers. They're in, I think, 10,000 years in the past, they said. They're all kind of in different areas right now, and they're trying to survive. Deathlock is still after them. A lot of other crazy things happen, but man, I'm telling you, if you had a little bit lighter of a week, you were on the fence with this one, definitely find that first issue. Let me know what you thought about it down below. But for those reasons, we've got Savage Avengers, issue number 2, coming in at number 4. And here we go, folks. We're down to our final 3 issues of the week. We've got coming in at number 3 this week. This is Marvel's Thor, issue number 26. This is cover A. This was a fantastic, just action-packed issue. I absolutely loved it. Now, I know you're watching this thinking, man, you have said a lot of negative things about this series, and I absolutely have, and I stand by it. The first arc, absolutely loved. Some of the Donald Blake stuff, great too. Some of the other arcs, I really don't remember a lot of them all that much to begin with, but there were some good issues here and there. I wasn't a huge fan of this event either. It just seemed like a, I don't know, just Hulk versus Thor, just straight action. That's all it really is. But as the just arc and event progressed, they seriously developed a fantastic story, and I truly do love it. This issue picks up where the last one left off. Thor has turned into Hulk, and even the last issue, I really didn't like that ending. I was like, oh, it's so cheesy. I don't know how I feel about it. But man, straight action, really cool story. Once they got Asgard involved with it as well, everything that Thor did with just the rainbow, oh man, you gotta read it for yourself. This was a fantastic issue, like I said multiple times now. Even towards the very end, this is going to be a huge spoiler. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but the way the rest of this whole event's been, I mean, I'm just going to throw it all to the side. When Hulk actually got the hammer, and now Hulk is kind of Thor, but he's still Gamma, and Thor's Hulk, I don't know, just crazy stuff going on in general. Definitely check it out, but for those reasons, we've got Thor issue number 26 coming in at number 3. And now we're down to our final 2 issues of the week. We've got coming in at number 2 this week. This is Image's Twig, issue number 2. This is cover A. This one really hurt to not put in as number 1, but this top issue, fantastic. But this one was equally incredible in its own way. Scotty Young's storytelling, top notch. The artwork just goes above and beyond. This issue picks up where the last one left off. We've got Twig, and I think his little name is Splat. They're still on an adventure, and they're trying to figure out how to use this gem, and things happen from there, and now it's turning into just a whole brand new adventure with Twig and his little friend. He's trying to figure out, I guess at this point, kind of how to save the world, and it's a really fun one. I'm really excited to see what Scotty Young does with this story. I really don't want to spoil too many more things for you because in my opinion, this is one you definitely need to read for yourself. Let's talk about it more down below in the comments section, but for those reasons, we've got Twig, issue number 2, coming in at number 2. And here we go, everyone. This is it, my top read of the week. We've got coming in at number 1 this week. This is Aftershock's brand new series. We've got Astronaut Down, issue number 1. This is cover A. Folks, I slept on this one. It was flying well under my radar. I didn't even think I said I was getting it in my previews video, but I am so happy that my shop had an extra copy of it. Someone asked me if I was going to be picking it up, and I thought I might as well look into it a little bit. And I saw the description. I thought, man, yeah, I'm definitely going to be grabbing that one. This issue, I like the artwork, I love the story premise, but it was the characters and the character development and just the overall pacing. We got a little bit of backstory, why the world ended, and what they need to do to fix everything, but they didn't tell us all of the details, and it led perfectly into the next issue. So overall, great setup for a first issue. So I'm going to be getting into a little bit of spoilers, so you're going to be thinking to yourself, man, AR, there are so many series out right now that are just the end of the world. Why this one? Well, they didn't really tell us exactly what happened. Civilization is on the brink of collapse, but it's not them just trying to figure out how to save the planet. They're astronauts, but they're not going into space. They're going into different realities that kind of fix the timeline. And man, from there, this is going to be a big spoiler. Our main character right here on the front, he gets shot way into a different reality. All of his other astronauts died, and they basically have no idea where he landed. But where he landed, that's it. That's the only spoiler we're going to be getting. I'm so pumped to continue on with this series. Definitely check it out. Hands down, read of the week. Twig, issue number 2. I'm so sorry. I love that one too, but man, this was the one. For those reasons, we've got coming in at number 1 this week, Astronaut Down, issue number 1. So what do you guys think about this week's new comic book day? That was my top 10 list. Overall, I thought it was a fantastic week. Twig, issue number 2 was a great issue, but Astronaut Down, issue number 1, definitely taking the crown as my top read of the week. But I want to know which books you picked up, which ones you loved, and what was your top read of the week. And thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button because it really does help out. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, including my YouTube shorts that I upload daily, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.